build a character in this game? Well, you use a simple character sheet like the one I have here. This is actually 3 character sheets at the same time. The final version will almost certainly not look like this, but this is a prototype that we use for playtesting. The characters are incredibly simple. You will be able to bang them out in under 5 minutes on average. It really comes down to 3 stats, which is how the system works. You played Tempest Omni, you know it already. It's the Omni System. You have 3 stats: your type, your training, your talent. Your type is what you are, and in Memorex we've broken that down according to the John Hughes system of the brain, the basket case, the jock, the criminal, and the princess. Your character as a child of the 80s fits into one of those archetypes. Then beyond that, you have your training, what you're good at. Maybe you're really good at basketball. Maybe you're really good at sailing. Maybe you're really good at drawing cartoons. Maybe you're really good at stealing from your parents. Every sort of archetypal 80s character had some sort of skill set. And then lastly, your talent, the thing that makes you unique. Nobody ever notices that I was there. It's a great talent. Or something like maybe Ferris Bueller might have the talent of everybody loves him no matter what. Once you've determined those, there's a simple system to give each of these numerical values, and you're almost ready to go. You just roll up a series of relationships with the other people at the table, and the character essentially writes itself through play from that point forward. What is the Omni System? The Omni System was created for a time travel game called Tempest Omni by me. It is a highly narrative, very streamlined system designed to get the game started as quickly as possible. Character creation is incredibly quick. It focuses on 3 stats that are determined by the player, and these 3 stats have a active and passive value. When the GM says something like, you're going to jump over a chasm, the player simply says which of the stats, and they've invented the stats themselves they plan to use. Well, I can jump over a chasm because my character is a natural athlete. I have 4. It's active use of 4 on natural athlete. The GM says that the difficulty is a 10. Well, there we go. I've jumped over the chasm. It's very simple, very quick, and very intuitive. What's a tracking error? Great question. The tracking error is really the mechanic that sets Rememrex apart from other games. In Rememrex, you're playing a group of teenagers or junior high school kids. You're not a group of seasoned adventurers. You're not soldiers or adventurers. You're just a group of kids. And in almost any instance, you're going to wind up where people have split the party, but with kids it tends to happen a lot more. In Rememrex, however, when the party splits, rather than a group of you just sort of wandering off and checking your phones, those people that are not in the scene have a lot more to do than those who are, because they can affect things directly. There's a mechanic called a tracking error, wherein somebody who's not immediately in the scene throws some dice. Hear that sound? Everybody looks at that sound, and everybody looks at the person throwing the tracking error. They tell everybody what just happened. And both the players and the GM have to react to that. In a tracking error, for example, a character might walk into a bar looking for her missing sister, and then somebody throws a tracking error. Everybody looks to that person, and he says, you bumped into the jukebox and the record scratches. Now you have to deal with that. And not only does the player have to deal with that, but also the GM. Everything has changed. That's what a tracking